Hey everybody, next Tuesday, August 7th, Nicholas Lloyd, aka Lindybeige, aka the writer of In Search of Hannibal, and I, Chris Steininger, aka the artist of In Search of Hannibal, we will be doing a video chat with each other, where what we're going to do is we're going to collect questions from you guys. You guys send us questions. Uh, Things that you might be thinking about with Hannibal. You want to know some history stuff, you want to know some art stuff, whatever. Just you send us your questions, and then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of ask each other stuff, and we're just going to kind of have a jam session where we talk about Hannibal, kind of from the perspective of you guys and your questions. So I threw out an update thing for the backers so they could participate in this, and I thought that I would throw up a video here so that I'm sure a lot of you guys have maybe backed the project. So uh, send us your questions. The easiest thing is to kind of have them all go in one place. So if you guys could email your questions to submissions@smiletitans.com, that'd be awesome. I'll put the email below. That way they all kind of go into one place. Oh, and if you could make the subject line just questions, something like that, just so I kind of know. Uh, I hopefully won't miss anything. Yeah, so it'll be kind of nice. It'll be sort of fun because usually, you know, uh, Lloyd and I talk uh, a lot, quite often, because we're working on this project. We talk couple times a week usually for hours, and it'll be nice to actually have a conversation from a different perspective, because usually when we're talking about the project, it's on such a nitty gritty, like in the dirt kind of level looking at it, and it'll be nice to sort of pull back and then see it almost from a different perspective. And actually, it might be healthy for us to kind of have a different view in a way, because you sort of uh, you know, uh, there's a lot of smart people out there. There's a lot of you guys are smart cookies, and I'm sure you'll have some good questions. I hope they better be good. Have some good questions. Just kidding. There's no such thing as a bad question or something. Whatever. Just send us your stuff. Anyway, that'll be that. Yeah, as far as the project goes. Oh, yeah, as far as the project goes, one question that you don't need to ask is when is it going to be done? Because honestly, we don't know. We don't know when it's going to be done. And I don't want to give a date, because then we'll blow it. And then you look stupid all over again. So it's really, really tricky. Because it's so difficult. I mean, the last book, this isn't my first comic that I've done. I've done books before. The last one that I did was around 88 pages, and it took about a year, and that was while I had a full-time job and I was doing it on the side. So I got an 88-page book done in 1 year while having a full-time job. This project is my full-time job, and yeah, it's been over a year. And I mean, yes, it's twice the size. It should take a couple years, but still, it's like the level of complexity and detail and everything else is insane. Also, need I remind you that the project exploded, where it went from just a big crazy graphic novel to a crazy graphic novel and another entirely new book on top of it, and then a game. People seem to forget about this game thing. We're building a war game, like a card game. I mean, that in itself is a crazy complicated thing just on its own. So there's all this other, there's so many moving parts. Anyway, it's coming along really good, and it'd be great to have some kind of, sort of like more of an interaction rather than just some text update thing like, hey, yeah, we're working on it. Because really, that's all that we can say without like ruining stuff. I mean, I would love to. Part of me is so. Oh, here's a question. Here's a question. I'll pretend that when you guys ask me, and then I'm just gonna. Okay. Hey, do you think that it would be a good idea to release it as a webcomic for free, and then, afterwards when you're done, you just release the book, and then like weekly there's like a new Hannibal page? Let's pretend that you asked that question. Just release the whole thing right now. Like right now, drop like a ton of pages, and just every week release a new page. That way everybody can see the progress. Oh, well, that's a good question. And I don't know how to answer that because it's, goddamn, that's so tempting. Just think about that for like, Man, that's tempting, but then wow, yeah, that's a lot to chew on. So anyway, that's a question that I have for myself. Who knows? Because if it keeps, I am so off track. I'm so off track. This isn't why the book's late, by the way. This, see that what happened there? That isn't why the book is late. Anyway, but oh yeah, send us your questions. We'll try and be entertaining. Well, Lloyd will be entertaining. Lindybeige is a professional entertainer, so he'll be guaranteed to be entertaining. And yeah, so if you could please send them before Tuesday morning. We're doing this very early Tuesday morning for me, mid-afternoon for him. So if you could have the questions to me by Monday or something like that, that would be great. So then, you know, we can not prepare. It's totally kind of spontaneous, but yeah, just so that I can get them together and whatnot. Anyway, that's that. So adios. Bye.